Hey, this is Kid Gravity. I'm trying something new here, so thank you before we start for coming on to the channel. Kid Gravity Beyond, I will be trying to put up more lighthearted content outside of politics. So here is my review of the new Mortal Kombat movie that came out last Friday. Just leave your ratings, how I did, if I got it wrong, if I got it right. Just leave everything in the comment section below. And please like, share, and subscribe the video so we can get more people on the platform so I can do more things because I know you guys are interested. Thank you. Stay safe. I'm out. Now we're going to get into Mortal Kombat. I'm going to tell my age again. I saw the first two. I also saw the fan film they were going to make using Michael Jai White as Jax. And he was talking to this guy who we found out was Scorpion. He was being interrogated. And they were going to recruit him for Mortal Kombat. And this was about a decade ago. This movie, I'll give my rating afterwards. But basically, centered around a descendant of Scorpion who, I like how they use the MMA trope to show fighting. So, so the writers, they understood that MMA is a big part of hand-to-hand combat, and they know that it can be vicious at times. So it was good to have him not just be a street fighter, him be a cage fighter. So that was okay. And then, he goes through the whole spiel. Jax shows up. He fights Sub-Zero, who basically is the main antagonist of the movie. Now, this Sub-Zero, because there's two, this is the original Sub-Zero Bihan, for those who don't know about Mortal Kombat lore. There's Bihan, and then after Bihan died, it became Kuai Liang, which is basically the Sub-Zero that's been going forward since, I guess, Mortal Kombat 2, the video game. So Jax goes, fights Sub-Zero. That's how he lost his arms. Now, if you saw Annihilation, he did it as an upgrade because he didn't think that he was adequate to fight. If you know the original story, when he first came on the scene, right, from Mortal Kombat 2, when he showed up, he was just a regular old black guy that was cut up. Mortal Kombat 3, he got the well-known famous bionic implants. And, if you follow the story, you don't know if he got it ripped off or he just had them implanted. But in the movie, he lost him to Sub-Zero, who froze his arms off and then destroyed him. So then he got his implants, but okay. Now his implants are from another realm. Oh, no. But I liked Makad Brooks. I think I'm saying his name right. I liked him as Jax. He had the intensity. He was comedic when he needed to be. And he really worked on his physique to get there, so it was good. Kind of wish he had the flat top, but, we're not going to nitpick. Sonya. I like Sonya. Kerry Hoskins is original Sonya, but I like this Sonya. She was intense as well. She was a good fighter. I like how they played on her age, that, she still made a little, she was aggressive, but she still made mistakes. She wasn't like the Sonya we know now from like MK11, where she's very methodical. Everything is strategic. So, when they do the sequel, they can set that up as a few years have passed by, she's become more skilled as a fighter. Kano stole the movie. He did. Whoever that actor was that played Kano was perfect. He had the comedic chops, aggressive. He was vulgar when he needed to be. Showed the little signs of sympathy. The knife was perfect replica of the knife they use. It was just it was beautiful. Cabal. I gotta talk about Cabal. I don't like the fact that he had Cabal looking like Predator. I wasn't feeling that. Now that could be an Easter egg for MKX, but Cabal looking like the Predator, I wasn't feeling it. And he was a little too arrogant. I get that he has super speed. He was a little too arrogant. Melina, okay. With Melina, I'm not going to knock Melina. She was aggressive. They had her teleport, which is great. But they didn't address Katana. We don't know if she had killed her already or she's still in Edenia. We don't know. So that was a plot hole. Also, Raiden. He wasn't as talkative as he is portrayed in the movies. Now, I don't know if that was by design or that was what they think Raiden really is. But he should have been more comedic. I don't know. I guess Chris Lambert did it for me. That's always going to be Raiden. So if you ever watch the first one, you'll understand what I'm saying. But yeah, that one. It took me a while to the end to warm up to him. I get he was being serious because in Mortal Kombat, to take over a realm, you have to win 10 straight tournaments. And they won 9, and, this was supposed to be the 10th one. I have to address that. There was no tournament. At least in the first one, there was a tournament. The second one, I get it. There couldn't be a tournament because they already won, but Shao Kahn messed up. He went around the rules and he just wanted to kill everybody. So I got that. But if you're going to reboot this franchise, you should at least have the tournament. Now, maybe they'll do the tournament in the second one. But, I mean, they didn't even address it. They just said, they basically took what Annihilation did. Well, everybody just picked somebody and then they went to go fight them. So, I don't know what they were doing there, but okay. Back to Cole. Now, if Cole is supposed to be a new character, okay, let's establish that. But you didn't establish that because even my wife was asking me, who is Cole Young? And I was like, well, he's a descendant of Scorpion. So I thought when I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe they're going to set him up to be the new Scorpion. He didn't even do that. So I don't know what his role is going to be. Maybe that's just supposed to be a new character. I was thinking maybe he would be Kenshi further down the line, but he's not blind, so that's probably not going to be it. But no, he wasn't bad. He actually played it right. He's a good fighter, but he's not ready. It's kind of like when you watch Never Back Down, like the main character, he could fight, but he was undisciplined. He had to get to that point to beat the final boss. So I got that, but I will say this, I didn't get the point of his girlfriend and the daughter. I didn't get it. Like, I understand that was his motivation through the movie, but it seemed like they were out of place as the movie went on. Like, it would have made more sense if Bihan would have taken them out early in the movie and he's fighting and training to get them back. But I know that they would have said that was contrived. Everybody's done that. I think that would have been better. I don't get his arcana because basically that's what they're calling, their like projectiles and their super moves. They call them arcana. Now his was like body armor and he made tonfa sticks. Okay. Jax's, he got his metal arms, like I said. Kano got his laser eyes, which was perfect. Liu Kang already had his with the fireballs, perfect. Kung Lao was in the movie. He had it with the hat and he could teleport, perfect. Raiden already had his with the lightning, but he's a god. And I like how Sonya wasn't a chosen one, and she became a chosen one after defeating Kano, and then she got her energy spirals. Okay. I don't get Cole. But I'm going to circle back to I want to finish up the movie. But anyway, so Bihan was basically the main antagonist. He survived 400 years, so I guess he's immortal for some odd reason. I don't understand. They didn't address that, but okay. He killed Scorpion's family. Scorpion went to hell and stood there for 400 years. And then helped Cole fight off Bihan, which was cool. You heard "Get Over Here." It wasn't as iconic as the video game, but we're not gonna nitpick. The fight scenes. Okay. The fight scenes were very good. I have a problem with Cole versus Goro. Folk. Okay. You saw the first movie. If you saw it. If not, go watch it. Now, Goro defeated many people. He was basically the champion of Mortal Kombat until the 10th tournament. Johnny Cage beat him, but he used his mind to beat him. You mean to tell me? Now, mind you, Cage is an experienced fighter at this point. Even though he's a movie star, he's an experienced fighter. And when he really puts his mind to it, he's almost unbeatable. Because he has resilience. Not saying that Cole didn't have resilience. But Cole, a Cage fighter who was still inexperienced, was still trying to find his arcana. You going to tell me once he finds his arcana, didn't even master it, he defeated Goro. By himself, no help. I could understand Liu Kang beating him. I could understand Kung Lao beating him. Cole defeated Goro. It's like somebody watched Dragon Ball Z that day, took the scene where Cell destroyed Android 16, and that triggered Gohan's Super Saiyan 2. Because Goro went after his old lady, and then that's when Cole got his arcana. And then defeated Goro. I didn't like that. That should have been like a battle to the death. As soon as he got his arcana, he destroyed Goro. Nah. He didn't even learn on the fly, really. I wasn't with that. I think Sonya and Kano had the best fight scene in the movie. Because it was a knockout, drag-out fight. That's how you're supposed to have fights in Mortal Kombat. And like I said, they set up the sequel at the end. They're going to Hollywood to find Johnny Cage and find the rest of the champions. So I'm curious to see who they're going to also bring up. Maybe they'll bring up Stryker. Kind of want to see Stryker. Bihan. I think Bihan. Yeah, Bihan's dead. I think he's dead. But if not, no, because Shang Tsung took his body. And we're going to get on Shang Tsung in a minute. But yeah, he took his body. So he might be becoming Noob Saibot, but we'll see. But yeah, before I give my rating, let me just talk about Shang Tsung. So unless he killed Shao Kahn and took over the throne, he barely did anything. The only thing he really did of significance was take Kung Lao's soul, which played into the lore of the movie. So of the video game franchise, so that works. But he really didn't do nothing except talk stuff. At least in the first one, he got his hands dirty. But, maybe they'll save that for the second one. We'll see. Be kind of funny to see in the second one, he go into Earthrealm and screw with Liu Kang as Kung Lao. But we'll see how that goes. But my overall rating for the movie, I might have to give it a 7. I enjoyed it. There were some plot holes. The fight scenes were, like I said, very good. There were just some things that could have been different. Might have raised it another half to a full point if they'd have just changed it. They addressed Kotal Khan, but that was like 20 years later. I don't know why they addressed it then, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a 7. Now I saw like Amazing Lucas do his review. He had the same question I had: who is Cole Young? And he didn't get the movie. He didn't really enjoy it, but that's fine. I enjoyed it. I mean, it could have had more gore, of course, but it's still got to be rated R. You put the gore there, then you'll have like an NC-17 rating, or they won't rate it, and then you can't put it on HBO Max, or you can't put it in the movies. So I'm sure they had to tone it down. So maybe if they ever come out with a DVD, they'll have an unrated version. You can actually maybe see guts, or they can even do that in the second one. You could have a, HBO Max. This is what you should do. When you guys do the second movie, you have an R-rated version, and then you have people pay an extra $5 or $10, and you watch an unedited version, and you show the guts, show some real fatalities, or even some brutalities. That'd be fire. But